15, this is basically a geometry problem. They're asking us to calculate the volume of a cylinder, and this equation for the volume of, or the formula rather, for the volume of a cylinder is given to you in the references section. So I literally just pulled it from there. It's pi r squared times h, right? Where h is the height of the cylinder, r is the radius of the base, right? So let's just write out what we know, right? We know that h is equal to 6. What is r? They don't give us r, but they instead give us the diameter. So instead of r being 22, it's actually going to be 11, right? Because the diameter is basically 2r, right? Like if we have a circle, that is r, right? Just that distance right there. And then the distance across the entire circle is the diameter, right? So that's a little where they're trying to trick you up, right? So just be mindful of that. When they give you diameter, it's always going to be 2 times the radius, or in other words, the radius is half the diameter, right? So let's just plug that into our equation, right? So we have pi times r squared, which is going to be 11 squared, right? And then times h was going to be 6. So that is equal to pi times 121, right? Because 11 squared is 121. So we have 121 here. And then times 6, right? I don't know why that times 6 went away. And then we're just going to do 6 times 121. So our volume is going to be equal to 6 times 121 times pi. And luckily they gave us all our answers in terms of pi, so we don't actually have to times the pi into our final answer, right? We just leave it outside, or like kind of like how they're given right here. So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry the 1. And then 6 times 1 is 6 again, plus 1, 726. And remember, we have that pi, so there's our answer, 726 pi. Pretty straightforward. You literally are given this equation at the beginning of this section. Only tricky part here was they gave us the diameter, so you have to remember the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius of our circle, all right? So that's kind of where they're trying to get you. Moving on to the next question, question 16.